Hello, my lovely people. Happy New Week. It is Monday. I hope it is off to a good start. If that is not the case with you, I am hoping and praying that you get the break you need for the days ahead to be easier, to be better than today. I am just stopping by to share a tip with us all, and I am hoping that it blesses someone's heart and helps somebody that is dealing with some stressors in life. We are quick to say how stressful things are in our family lives, in our work lives, in our school lives, in our social circles, and in whatever situation. Yes, we are all too familiar with stress, and everybody talks about stress. But the one tip I have learned, still learning, is while for the majority of time I am unable to control the stressors that are thrown at me, while you are unable to control the stressors that are thrown at you in all domains of life, while you cannot control how other people act, behave, or treat you, you most definitely can control the response that you have when all those stressors are thrown at you. You have the singular ability to control what you say, how you take on the challenges that present themselves to you, and generally just how you handle things that come your way. It is entirely up to you. Is it an easy task? Absolutely not. It is something that we have to be intentional about. For some weird reason, we humans turn to complain, whine. We put so much energy in complaining about just how bad things are. And it is not uncommon that you have someone that will have 9 things going great for them, but they settle for the one thing that is not going too good, and it just makes everything else turn sour. So, my pearl for the week is unlearn your learned helplessness. Unlearn the negative coping skills or the negative reactions that you've learned to comfort yourself in when you face difficult situations, when you face unpleasant situations, when folks that you trust, folks that are in your circle, folks that are even out of your circle behave in a certain way that takes you maybe unawares, or maybe you expect it, but somehow you are still stunned and shocked and angry and upset. You can unlearn all that and be intentional about your peace of mind. Be intentional about what you let distress you. Be intentional about the things that cause vexation of your heart and your spirit. Because stress, like we know it, wreaks havoc to the human body, to the human mind, to the human emotions. Stress just wreaks havoc. There is no disease process on the face of the earth that somehow stress has not been found to be a culprit too. So, stress, no matter how small the part is it plays, it is implicated in almost every disease process on the face of the planet. So, being intentional about how you react to the stressors that come your way will help you avert certain health problems in life. I was actually thinking a lot about this when I recently read a story, and I found it funny, but at the same time, I think it does have a valuable lesson for each and every one of us. The story is said about a group of individuals that had an argument about greyhounds. That's the breed of dogs, the greyhounds, and the cheetah. And for some reason, a group of persons thought if you trained greyhounds, they would be able to take on the cheetah in a race and actually beat the cheetah in that race. We all know that the cheetah is the fastest animal on the face of the earth. So they agreed, the two groups that were in the debate agreed to organize a race for a group of trained greyhounds to race against a cheetah. So the animals were all locked up in a cage, and on the day of the race, they brought in a race organizer that was skillful with animals, and when the cages were opened for the animals to go to the start line, the greyhounds were quick to go to the start line. The cheetah stayed where it was. It did not budge, it did not move an inch. It just stayed lying down in its cage, unconcerned about everything that was going on around it. The greyhounds were all hyped for the race. And despite all efforts made to get the cheetah out of the cage, it did not move. So the folks went to the race organizer and to the race organizer and asked why the cheetah would not move. They wondered if everything was well with the cheetah. And the race organizer's response is what I want to share. And I would like to read that response. Quote, "Sometimes trying to prove that you are the best is an insult to your self-worth. There is no need to lower yourself to other people's level to make them understand your skills, qualities, and contributions. It is better to save your energy for more worthy endeavors. A cheetah uses its speed to hunt, not to prove to dogs that it is faster or stronger. Don't waste your time and energy proving your value to folks who simply do not possess the skill set to appreciate your value and worth. Move on." End of quote. When I read that, I was like, this is so insightful. I should share that. And it is interesting because most times the things that stress us, the things that we allow eat at us, are not worth it. They are not worth your energy. They are not worth any of your resources. One thing we should bear in mind is if you are a gardener or a farmer, or you have had any experience whatsoever with planting, it is what you nurse, it is what you feed, it is what you cater for that grows, blossoms, and brings forth fruit. If you plant a garden and you don't care to feed that garden, to dress that garden, hey, eventually, whatever you planted in the garden is going to die. So take that with you. The things that are thrown at you by society, by the people you trust, the things that are thrown at you by your work, you have the power to control how you react to those things. Are you going to nurse them to grow and bother you? Or you're going to be like the cheater? It's not worth it. I know my potentials. I know what I'm capable of. I know my value. And I would not be coerced into a worthless race. I will not be coerced to bend under pressure and crack. As you go through the rest of your week, I want you to know that you are a cheetah and not a greyhound. Choose your battles. Choose your battles and choose them wisely. Life is too short to cave, to give in, to be reactive to everything that is thrown at you. Choose your battles and choose them wisely. And be intentional in your response to the challenges that come your way. I hope the rest of the week, it's a beautiful one. And you stay healthy and take care of yourself. Until next time, it's bye-bye for now.